All right, man. This is the topic that I really wanted to
Oh,
get down to with you, man. Man. I mean, it's great to start it off because the Denver Broncos are first in the AFC West,
I'm proud.
undefeated at home, 5 and
Very
0,
proud. Yes,
3
sir.
and 2 on the road. We'll talk a little bit about that in a bit. 3 and 0 in non-conference games. That's very important right there. And right now, currently on a 5-game winning streak.
Amen.
Denver Broncos have the best defense in the game right now, opinionally speaking, but statistically speaking, they're top five. Still great. The offense is a little below average, a little below the middle of the pack. I know you have a lot to unreal there. And then before we get into the quarterback, because
Yeah.
we always got to talk about quarterbacks when it comes to NFL teams. You know, they're the prevalent of conversations when it
Absolutely.
comes to NFL teams. But just to stick with the squad, first place in the AFC East, great defense, mediocre offense. How are you feeling about your squad, my boy?
For every player on there except the quarterback, I feel great. We got the best cornerback in the league. I think he's the best cornerback since Darrell Revis. We can get into that.
Facts. PS2,
Uh,
baby.
I love PS2. The pass rush, I think they're like fourth ever with the most sacks through 10 games. So proud of them through that. Shout out Nick Benito, Zach Allen, Jonathan Cooper, DJ Jones, John Franklin Myers. Our linebackers, Greenlaw, Dre Greenlaw's been a godsend. Alex Singleton he was really starting to find his groove. He tore his ACL last year. He was just getting back right. Prayers up to him. He just got diagnosed with testicular cancer. So hopefully he'll be back sooner than later. But that's just something that's an insane find. They found it after the last game. And then
That
just the
is that is
defense,
crazy, man.
that's insane. Just the defense as a whole, I love them to death. I couldn't be happy with the defense, even without PS2. The last 2 weeks they've been balling, and then offensively, the run game, J.K. Dobbins, he's been great for us. I think he's top 10 in rushing. Cortland Sutton has been Cortland Sutton. He can do a bit better. He's had some drops, but I love him still. Offensive line, ooh, we got the best O line in the league, and people don't be paying attention, but
Yep.
to have the best defense and the best offensive line is very key. I think it's the only reason we're winning games is because we win in the trenches. So I feel good about the team. We got a big game this week with KC. I'm excited.
Yep. Very big game this week with KC, and just to already touch up on that, you guys host them at home. You guys are undefeated at home, 5 and 0. This is gonna be a 4:25 p.m. game on Sunday. You know,
Mm.
big time Denver Broncos fan. So I know you're gonna choose the Broncos, but give me some
Um,
analytics on what you think they need to do to win this game, and what you think they need to do to stop the Chiefs from winning this game.
well, without Patrick Surtain, the Broncos play a lot more zone. With that being said, Patrick Mahomes has been killing zone with all his weapons back. So I'm a little concerned about that part. He's also getting Josh Simmons back, I believe. So he's getting his left tackle back. And we're missing J.K. Dobbins. He hurt his foot last week on a nasty tackle, a dirty tackle. So I'm a little concerned. I'm not gonna lie. If you tell me to take my Broncos hat off, put the analyst hat on, I'd probably say pick the Chiefs. But at the same time, this Broncos team has embodied the character of its coach, Sean Payton. They will be physical. They're not going to go out sad. Like you said, it's at home. The fans are going to be ridiculous. And if there was a way for them to pull it out, it's going to take a special effort from the pass rush. You have to affect Mahomes. That's what Buffalo did a few weeks back. They beat the snot out of Mahomes for all 4 quarters, and you're gonna have to do the same thing. You might have to even switch up and play even. You might have to switch up and play man like you were at the rates with PS2. Get physical with the receivers, get their timing messed up, and hopefully cause a turnover or two and run the ball. RJ Harvey's a good back. He's a rookie.
Hmm.
Run the ball,
Yep.
and hopefully, Bo Nix can give you something, and you can get out of there with a W.
Yeah, I think the injuries are catching up to y'all right now, man. But I think it's a good time right now for that to happen, right? With the you guys are
Yep.
8-2, first in
Right.
the AFC West. So I think right now that's a good time for them to recuperate, get themselves back to normal, and hopefully, back in 3, 4 weeks, you guys
Yep.
got your whole team set up and going towards the end of the season with the momentum going into the wild card, going into the playoffs, and you guys can stay prevalent, right?
That's-
With this game alone, Mahomes always has a hard time against your secondary. Um, you guys have a great pass rush. You guys are I think number one or not number two, if I'm not mistaken. And I think they're gonna do some work. The Chiefs' running game is mediocre at best, so I think
Yep.
they can stop that as well with Kareem Hunt. And I don't think Isaiah Pacheco is gonna play this week. He didn't practice today, so I don't see him playing this week. So it's gonna be tough for KC to actually do a lot, right? The only good thing going for KC right now is that they've been building this chemistry with the three-headed monster with Ray Rice, Hollywood Brown, and Xavier Worthy, getting that chemistry going with Patrick Mahomes. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna have Mahomes throwing over 30 attempts this game. Try to take the weakness of your defense right now with PS2 out, try to attack that zone, try to use their speedy receivers in more of a man, try to get you guys in man coverage so they could use that speedy instead of you guys going zone and having that comfortability there. But I think it's going to be a hard fought game. I think it always is with divisional rivals.
Yep.
And with KC and the Broncos, man, you're always gonna get a good game. It's either gonna be a very close game, or it's gonna be lopsided, but not from the beginning of the game. It's just gonna be like maybe towards the end of the third quarter, one team is just gonna start picking out the weaknesses of the other team, and they're gonna start popping off. So I don't think it's gonna be so crazy, but
Yeah.
I do think that KC might have the upper hand this week just because of the injuries in themselves.
Uh, uh, as a betting man, I can't be mad at that. It's
Yeah.
KC still at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah.